Wait a minute. Okay, hey guys, it's acestaromari. Thank you so much for watching, because today I'm going to read you guys this Pokemon Emerald 3rd Gen Ubers battle that I had against my good friends Pokemasters. So, this battle was just fantastic because I used some things that aren't supposed to be in Ubers, but I used them in Ubers anyway because I'm a cool kid like that, and you'll see like, oh my god, Ace is just a cool person for using these Pokemon. What is he doing? So, I hope you guys enjoy this amazing 3rd Gen Ubers battle. So, if you look at the description, you'll see something called DAT Question, and you'll also see some things down there like featured sets, introductions, you'll see some letters, and you'll probably see some punctuation too, maybe some spaces, and you're probably like, whoa, I love these things. So go down there and check those things, and please be sure to answer that question if you have the time to. So if you look at this team, you're probably like, Ace, my grandma can make a better team than this. What are you doing? And I'm like, objection. No, she can't, because your grandmother probably doesn't even play Pokemon. So no. But this team was actually pretty intricately put together because I have the core of Jirachi, Latias, and Skarmory, which basically stop almost all Pokemon in Ubers. The most threatening things in Ubers are offensively Ice types, Dragon types, and Psychic types, you know, because Mewtwo and, you know, and Water types too. So basically I have these 3 Pokemon to cover that, and Skarmory is there because it stops the physical attackers such as Rayquazas that you sometimes see in Ubers too. I have Heracross to wall break. Heracross is really good in Ubers because it has that Megahorn. Like I said, Psychic types can be an issue, and I have Kyogre there. It's because Rain basically benefits this team very nicely, except through Rayquaza, because Rayquaza has the airlock ability, which negates the rain in the first place. So if you look, and you won't see its resistance and weakness chart because I don't have any Wi-Fi, so I couldn't make one. So you're just gonna have to use your imagination, I guess, because I don't have any Wi-Fi. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this amazing 3rd generation battle. Please be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video, and thank you guys so much for watching, and let's go. I'm not even gonna lie right now, I didn't know how much I was dependent on having a Wi-Fi connection that now it's kind of like, wow, what am I gonna do with myself without any Wi-Fi except go outside and do something productive. But anyway, he's dealing with the Kyogre, dealing with my Kyogre, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go for a Hydro Pump, knowing that he's probably gonna switch out into his Blissey. And it's also nice to know that my Kyogre is faster because my weather was the one that was set up first. So he's gonna go into Blissey. I'm gonna get a critical hit on the very first turn, just because we know it's gonna be a great game if you get crits the first turn, but you know it's not when you miss the second Hydro Pump. But okay, so he's gonna go for a soft build basically as compensation. I'm okay with that. It was justified, and it's all good. I don't care. So now I'm gonna be switching out into my Heracross, knowing that this Blissey is most likely gonna go for a Toxic or a Thunder Wave. Either or are great for me because I still retain my Guts boost, which will raise my attack to phenomenal levels after a Choice Band boost also. So now my Henry is basically set to do massive amounts of damage to anything that does not resist its stab, Megahorn, or Focus Punch. So he's going to go into his Lugia as I go for a Megahorn, knowing that Megahorn is going to do more than enough to Blissey or anything that switches in. Lugia is essentially the best ball in the game, and it has been for a long time now. And look how much damage it just took from a Choice Band Guts boosted Megahorn from a Heracross. I mean, wow. So he's gonna go for an Ice Beam, knowing that he really can't do anything else to me. He could come in later and go for Recover or whatever, but I guess he wanted to stay switch it to his Rayquaza, which is why he just let his Lugia die, which is really unfortunate. You never want to see a Lugia die because it's like, dude, this is the best wall in the game. It should never die. But okay, so he's gonna go for a Dragon Head, predicting my switch out into something. I go into Squawkeisha because Squawkeisha can easily wall a Rayquaza, even though Rayquaza has about a 150, I do believe, or was it 170 or 150 base attack stat, and it's pretty good because it's going to be able to whirlwind it out after I set up a few layers of spikes and go for Toxic on it. So I'm going to go for a Toxic, and then I'm going to be going for Protect, knowing that I can get this thing to waste a little bit of its time, and then at the same time I will gain HP as he loses it, and it's pretty awesome. He'll be losing power points too, so it's pretty good for me. And now that I have Protect and I've revealed it to him, now I'm going to be able to predict him predicting me to go for Protect, and then at the same time go for a Whirlwind and not have to take minimal, you know, I'll take minimal damage from doing that. So he's going to be going for a Rock Slide again. He's going to be doing about less than half, I guess. It's okay. I'm going to be going for a Spike at the same time, and now I'm predicting him to predict that I'm going to be going for a Protect to get the Protect damage on him and then the health with me, but I'm not going to be doing that because Squawkeisha is not stupid. So Squawkeisha is going to be going for a Whirlwind at this point, and now he's going to be Whirlwinded out into his Kyogre, which is pretty awesome for me because it's not like, you know, I can't do anything to it, but now since I have Protect, I get to see what this Kyogre is going to do. Now, after this turn, you see he has left, I see that I have my leftovers, but he seems to not have any, so I'm really just wondering if he has a Choice Band. So I'm going to go into Jirachi knowing that he would go for an Ice Beam, knowing that my Latias would come in. I know they could take one anyway, but I just wanted to see what exactly was going to be doing. And he does go for a Hydro Pump, and I'm like, okay, so he probably most likely is Choice Banded. Now, you don't be like, oh my god, that's so stupid, why would you have a Choice Band? Choice Banded Kyogre, I do believe, can OHKO Uber's Blissey if it doesn't have any attack or defense investment. So, yeah, it is pretty strong, actually. It does learn a couple of really devastating moves, like a lot for no reason. So anyway, he's going to be doing minimal damage as I go into my Eon Spirit. I went for a Calm Mind stupidly, not remembering, oh yeah, he has a Blissey, of course. So now I'm going to be switching right back out into Jirachi, knowing that Jirachi can easily wall this thingy because it has the steel typing, which will allow it to not get toxic damage, which is pretty amazing, right? So I'm gonna be going for a Wish this turn, and I'm like, okay, I need to get my Wish on me immediately, knowing that I either need my Squawkisha or my Jirachi to have the health back. So he's gonna go into Metagross, and now I know he's thinking that I'm probably gonna switch out into Squawkisha at this point because he knows that Squawkisha can easily wall a Metagross, right? So I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, how about I not switch out, knowing that he's probably gonna switch out into a different Pokemon, knowing that he can't do anything to Squawkisha. So he is going to be doing that, and I do predict that correctly. He's going to go out into Latios, and Latios is going to get thundered, and he's going to get paralyzed, and I'm going to get my Wish all the way back to almost full, and my leftovers is going to get my health all the way back to 100%. So that was basically just a fantastic turn for Starstorm, and Starstorm basically just got its health all the way back to full in like with 2 turns and not having to worry about any side effects whatsoever. So I am going to be going for a Water Pulse. You're probably like, Ace, why do you have Water Pulse? That's like a 5th gen move that wasn't the standard, but I mean, it was kind of popular at one point. What are you doing? Well, I wanted to do that because I wanted to get the Parafusion on it, and the only reason I want Parafusion is because in Ubers, it's really kind of hard to switch out into Pokemon with Wish Passing because everything is just so goddamn powerful. So I need to have some sort of leeway that I can get other Pokemon to either hit themselves or paralyze themselves as I'm switching out to a different Pokemon so that they can get their Wish Passing without having to worry about taking massive amounts of damage and most likely dying from really strong Uber attacks. So he is going to be getting paralyzed, which is pretty awesome because Henry's going to be getting his health. He's going to be getting his health almost back to full, which is pretty amazing because Henry is toxic right now, and Henry really can't take that many more toxic damage turns if he didn't get the Wish. But now he's going to be going for a Choice Banded Gust Boosted Focus Punch. It's kind of pretty awesome because I know that it's obviously going to be taking out this Rayquaza. I mean, I know it's not very effective, but when you think of Heracross's boost that it has, Henry is actually pretty beastly right now. No one's going to mess with Henry because yeah, he's too powerful. So now I'm going to be switching right back out into Squawkisha, or I'm going to be switching to Rayquaza, knowing that he's probably going to wait. No, okay, I am going to go into Squawkisha as he goes into Kyogre because he predicted my Squawkisha switch in. So now this is pretty awesome because now I'm like, okay. So I'm probably predicting him to go for an Ice Beam, knowing that I'm most likely going to bring in my Latias. So I'm going to go for a switch into K Faraday with my Kyogre. And it's like, no, he didn't. He went for Thunder. And I'm like, okay, so now I'm going to take a massive amount of damage for anything. And now at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I need to fire myself out or I need to predict his switch in. So I'm going to go for a Hydro Pump, thinking that he might bring in his, what's it called, the thing that's meta, and it's kind of gross, and it's a steel type. It's really gross. I think it's Metagross. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna be getting a KO on myself, which is pretty unfortunate because it didn't switch on to anything, and now I look stupid. So he's gonna go into Metagross, and at the same time, I'm gonna go for a Calm Mind. I don't know why I keep on being so anxious to go for Calm Minds, but oh well. So now at this point, I'm gonna switch out into Rayshonda. Knowing that Rayshonda is most likely gonna predict that Latios switch in, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, it didn't happen. So he went for an explosion, and I died. And it's really unfortunate because, you know, Blue Rayquaza really didn't get any time to shine, but whatever, I guess it's okay. I'm not even mad. So I'm gonna go back into Eon Spirit, knowing that I can easily wall anything on his team. He only has his Kyogre, his Blissey, and his Latios, which is paralyzed. Now, I mean, he didn't bring in his Blissey, right? And he's still not bringing in his Blissey. So because he's not bringing his Blissey, it's indicative that he doesn't have Aromatherapy or Heal Bell, because if he did have those moves, then he would have came in here and used them already. So like, most likely his Blissey doesn't have that, and most likely his Blissey has some sort of other coverage move like Ice Beam and Seismic Toss. I don't know. So anyway, he's gonna go for Ice Beams, and I'm gonna get frozen, and I'm not even gonna mad. I was really furious right now. I just wanted to like throw my laptop like across the country and like across the world and then catch it. So it was just real bad. But then I woke up the first turn, or defrosted the first turn. So I'm like, okay, that's what happens when you have really burning spirit. So I don't know why I did this. I went for a Dragon Claw when I should have set up more Calm Minds because I really could have taken that thingy out regardless of the fact that he had Soul Dune and the fact that he was a Latios, but whatever. I know he had Blissey, but okay. So now I know he's going to be going for a soft blood, and I know I should have went for a Calm Mind at this point. But I went for a Dragon Claw because I thought I might be able to do a lot more damage than I did to him. But it really didn't do that much. I mean, Blissey always cheats. I mean, come on. I mean, I have like +4 with the Soul Dew, and it's like, okay. So now at this point, I know that I have to do as much damage as I possibly can. I have to get a Sis Switch out into my Heracross, but I also want to do as much damage as I can, just because I really want to see how much damage Latios can do, or Latios can do, to a Blissey. So I'm going to be going for a Recover as he goes for a Toxic. Now my turns are really limited, and now I really don't think I have that many turns. If he goes for Seismic Tosses over and over again, I only have like maybe 2 turns to actually set up Calm Minds, right? So he doesn't go for it, he goes for Soft Boy. I'm like, okay, well, I get another free turn to set up some Calm Minds. That was pretty cool. So now I have like +6 or +5, if I'm not mistaken, after the boost. So I'm gonna go for another Calm Mind, get my special attack and special defense up to whatever. And now he goes for an Ice Beam, and I'm like, Ice Beam. This is something that Shogox would do because it's so retarded. So, okay, so now I'm going to be going for another Calm Mind, and then now he's going to be going for another Ice Beam. I'm like, is this guy is this Shogox? I mean, what is life? I can't process this. So now I'm going to be going for a Dragon Dance after all those turns, knowing that, hey, now my special attack is like almost maximum. I should be able to like almost KO this thing. And I do a whole heck of a lot. I mean, I'm like, whoa, that is a lot, but I mean, still, Blissey kind of cheat. That's why I don't use Blissey ever. If you notice in my battles, I never use Blissey ever. I mean, even though Blissey would be really good on my teams, I just can't. It's just too cheap. I can't do it. Like, no. So anyway, I go into Henry knowing that Henry is just a boss. Henry is just the strongest, most threatening thing on the planet, and it's just like, okay, he's gonna go for a Megahorn Stab, Choice Bandit, obviously gonna do a lot of damage to that Blissey and then take it out. I think he's gonna go into his last Pokemon, his Kyogre. I know I'm faster than it because my Kyogre was faster than this Kyogre, and I know that my Henry is faster than my Kyogre. So I basically beat my baby Pokemon Master. So I mean, good game, right? So good game. I mean, I think so. So anyway, that was a good game. So yeah, be sure to like if you like it, dislike if you dislike it, comment if you're cool, subscribe if you haven't, share if you have the balls, and favorite if you are a Fortress. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed that amazing Ubers battle. So at this point, I please request that you go in the description and check out all the things that are in the description. No one ever does for some reason. It doesn't really take that much time to read it and everything, but I mean, if you want to go down there and see some cool things, I always put cool things in my description. So please be sure to go down there and look. So I also have this still be on video in case you haven't seen it already. It has like 83,000 views for no reason, but it is really kind of catching on with a lot of people because I do predict another EV evolution to be released, and I kind of missed out on a couple of things. When you saw the EV special, you saw that there was an EV in it. Let's just say that the EV won't evolve into a dragon type EV. I mean, just saying, putting it out there. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this amazing 3rd generation battle. Please be sure to stay tuned for more 3rd generation. If you enjoyed 3rd generation, then subscribe to me because I basically am the master of 3rd generation. There's no one on YouTube who is more passionate about this than I am. So please be sure to subscribe if you like it. So thank you guys so much for watching again. This has been AceStarThe3rd. I will see you guys later. I really do appreciate your viewership, and I will check you out when I have Wi-Fi at one point, hopefully. So see you guys later, and goodbye.